Whew. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Mostly gentlemen. Today I'm making a video that's a lot different from my previous ones. I just wanted to talk about more about my opinion and my standpoint when it comes to SMMA as an entire business model, right? Because all my videos have kind of been informative, helping you specifically build your own agency and helping you with specific things, answering questions, showing you what I use and how I do it, kind of tutorial-esque. And I want to kind of broaden out the content a little bit and make the scope of this channel far bigger than what it is right now. And you know, I know you guys will be along with me on this journey. But today's video, I wanted to talk about why I got into SMMA, so you guys could also either relate or analyze if you should pursue SMMA or if you shouldn't. I mean, I think no matter what, you should. Before I get into it, I'm going to tell you why I love it. But I'm also going to tell you the things that I don't like so much about it and why. These are things that I've also learned along the way, because when I got into it, I just said, you know, I like this. I like the way it works. I like the lifestyle that it's conducive to. I like what comes with it. And so, you know, you kind of just attach yourself to the model. But I want to explain the process for me, and let's go all the way back to when I first started pursuing online business, which was a long time ago, about 8 months ago or so now, which is crazy to think about. I was in my college dorm room, and I was just sitting in my chair. Not this one, a way worse one, a wooden chair. And I was just thinking to myself, you know, what the hell am I doing? And I got up one day, a little epiphany, and I thought to myself, I need to start making some money. And it wasn't just like that. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of personal sort of reasons in terms of why you would pursue this. And I'll get into that in a different video. And if you want to hear me talk about them, you can comment below. And I'm happy to make a longer video that goes over the entire like story. But the main thing is I was thinking, okay, well, what will be the model that I would be best at, that I, Tyler Arnott, would be best at? What would be the model that I know I could succeed in? But I'm sure you guys have heard of the generic dropshipping, affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA, faceless YouTube channels, doing YouTube shorts. But the way I was thinking in my head, right, was I need to do something that I actually care about and that I know that I could do 8 months into the future where I am now. You don't think that matters when you start off. You're just like, oh, I need to make money. Let me just do whatever I need. And I thought that in the beginning too a little bit, but I realized that, like, you know, then you're just working off pure motivation. You're just like excited, and then you get to work, and then the next day you wake up on the wrong side of the bed maybe, and you're like, let me try something else. Yeah, that's how you do nothing and accomplish nothing. That's how you get nowhere. And so that's why I knew that would be the cycle that would continue onward if I continued to just not stick to a model that I loved, right? And then I came across SMMA, Social Media Marketing Agency. The reason I like it, and I'll get into this right now, unlike every other business model, the ones that I just mentioned, social media marketing was the only model that was completely holistic in that it included every single discipline that would allow you to succeed in online business, or in business in general, not just online business, just in any endeavor. It's like the business model where you could also attach self-development to it. Why? And I'll get into this right now. Sales. Sales is the most transformative thing ever. When I did my first cold call 4 months ago or something like that, it was one of the scariest, weirdest moments ever. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have the same thing. Maybe you didn't. Maybe I'm just a psycho. Maybe I'm just a freak. But also you can relate, because listen, it's not easy to do cold calls. It's daunting. It was the weirdest thing ever. My first presentation with a client, crazy. I was like, what's going on? It's on YouTube, by the way, so you could watch it. It's my channel. Yeah, I closed it. It worked. You know, stuff works out when you just plunge yourself into action. But the point is, it was daunting. All of it was horrifying. And not until now have I truly like come into my own, even just a little bit, when it comes to like being good at sales. As you can see, if you watched my last video, I was doing well in the cold call. I was talking. You know, I've gotten good at talking on the phone to somebody who places the burden of proof on me, because I need to explain to them why they should buy what I'm trying to sell, or they should be interested in what I'm trying to sell. That's not an easy dynamic, right? So the point is, cold calls are not pleasant, and it hurts your ego. It's an ego punch. It destroys you. It smacks you in the head. It humbles you, because it's never the script. It's never, you know, their fault. It's always your fault when you fail. So you know you have to look within and say, damn, I gotta get better at this. And that's hard. But now I've done thousands of cold calls. I've done, you know, over 10 presentations or something like that, you know, 8, 9, 10. But I've done sales calls, I've done sales meetings, I've done all these things. Now it feels natural. Now I don't even need any scripts. Now I'm just talking to the client, closing them, standard procedure. Sales transformed my life, and it will continue to. and it'll transform your life too. It's one of the best things for self-development. If you're not good at talking to people, if you're not good at articulating yourself, if you're not good at, being social, you will improve all that stuff just by talking to somebody over the phone or in front of a meeting. It changed the way I think about talking to people, because it does. You think about all these psychological principles, these things that you could say, just words that you could utter that makes them want to buy something. That's powerful. That's the most powerful thing in the world. The fact that you could talk and get people to buy something just by saying words, that's powerful when you really think about it, right? And that's what I was doing. That's what I was getting good at. There's sales, right? There's becoming a leader, which is one of the most important things. In an agency, you become a leader. And the point is, you can't run a successful agency without people working with you. You can't run a successful agency as a complete solopreneur. And I don't think being a solopreneur is a good idea. You should be working with people, you should be leveraging people, and you should be collaborating. So within my agency, it's helped me become a leader, an actual figure that could handle not just one individual, but a team of individuals, right? And partnerships, but also becoming a leader improved my life in the entire landscape of online business, because I know that if I could do it here, I could do it anywhere, in any business vertical. So SMMA is the most holistic model ever that you could do online, in my opinion. So that's what I like about it. Another thing that I like about it is that you're genuinely solving a problem. And you're doing it in one of the most virtuous ways you could possibly think of. You are working with somebody, and as long as you instill a guarantee, like I do, and like most agencies do, and you have to if you want to succeed now, pretty much, we're saying that we only get paid after you get paid, which is just, that's the best offer you could possibly do. Who would say no to that? You right now, you looking at this video watching, if I told you that I was to make you $10,000, would you give me $5,000 in return? Yes, obviously, right? That's the offer. In fact, say that on a cold call. You'll close people. That's the offer. That's the point. No one will say no to that. That's the model. It's indestructible. It's complete, and that's why an agency will last forever. It's just that obviously now that becomes, okay, well shoot, now I gotta actually fulfill that guarantee, which obviously isn't easy. You have to get good at what you do. But if you do get good at what you do, those just become words that persuade them to work with you. And then you're gonna do that anyways. You're gonna deliver that anyways. You're gonna over deliver. You're gonna do more than 10 grand for them. You're gonna do 12 grand and still only ask for 5 grand. The concept is you're gonna make these guys money before you get paid, and you have to. So SMMA, great model. Those are the two major reasons why I think that it's I was just in love. And that I'll always be in love with the way it works, because it's just a functional model that's brilliant. Here are the bad things, and I'm sure you guys know this, but I'm going to talk about it in a bit more detail. It's commoditized, which means that everyone's agency is the same as the next. Even the gurus, right? Even YouTubers, right? Their agencies are just copied and pasted versions of different agencies that exist, which isn't a problem, because every business model could be, or every business could be likened to just being a copied and paste version of someone else's, because that's how things work. And so it's not just about copying it. It's not just about merely emulating somebody, because it's always going to be like that. And it's fine. There's no problem with running the same ad creative as somebody else. There's no problem with that. There's no problem then getting inspired and there's absolutely no problem with that. And eventually what you could do is, after you build that foundation, you become more divergent, you come into your own, you become more of a distinguished entrepreneur, let's just say that. But the issue is that everyone has the same everything. And so everything is so similar. So it's literally I know people say it's saturated. When people are calling businesses, it's they're pitching them the same offer, right? With the same service, and they're gonna fulfill the service the exact same way. Think about this for a second. It's the exact same on all fronts. It's the exact same pitch. Why get it from you when they could get it from them? You're a commodity. You could still win, and you could still scale to 5 grand, 10 grand, possibly a month. And I know you're oh, that's more than enough. But when you think about it, it's because it's very specific what social media marketing agencies do. And this is the next thing. Now, social media marketing is a buzzword. SMMA, social media marketing agency, it could mean anything related to social media. Every online business uses social media, so that means technically every online business can be deemed a social media marketing agency if you really wanted to. So in my eyes, it's that's just the buzzword, but let's call it appointment setting businesses, appointment setting agencies that help other businesses grow by setting appointments, right? That's the idea. because that's the specific thing that I'm talking about. I mean, this also goes for like short form content, stuff like that. It's always commoditized. The service is very specific. So for example, to get a business more clients, you run advertisements. That's the essence of social media marketing, is that you are advertising on some sort of platform, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc. You're advertising and you're getting them clients. Now, it's limited because the service, think about it. Like it's cool to think that you could scale to millions of dollars by just doing this, but all you're doing is just running ads for a business and then setting appointments, right, in their calendar. That's it. You're running ads and then you're setting appointments. That's really all you're doing. Now you're setting up systems and there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, but that's how simple it is. It's just that small. Now it's simple but difficult. It's not easy. When you think about it at scale, it's like, wow, but that service is very small. Most business owners aren't adept with social media. They don't really understand how to use it because they're usually like older people that don't really know how Meta works and stuff. Look, it's hard to learn Meta as a young, person that understands social media. So imagine being like 50 years old, middle-aged, and you log on to Facebook, Meta Business Manager, you see all those settings, you're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be like, you're just not going to do it. You're just going to opt not to do it, especially when you're a business owner. You have no time on your hands. It's kind of a gap that we're filling. So it's like they're not good at advertising, and they're also not good at social media. So they need to outsource that to somebody. And obviously, all of them know the importance of social media, and that social media is pretty much everything, and that's the entire planet right now. Like, they know that they need to use it somehow to get more clients, and that there's definitely a market to tap into on social media. So there's a gap. It's easy to fill. You come in there, you fill it for them, right? And to play devil's advocate, it's like, what is the longevity in a business model that you are just running ads on Facebook, appointment setting? And I know I'm speaking as if like I'm talking against social media marketing. Like, no, I'm just playing both sides. There's positives, there's negatives. Here's the overarching takeaway. Social media marketing is by far the best model to pursue for the typical kid that wants to make money and wants to pursue entrepreneurship seriously. Social media marketing, you could run an agency and you could build that to the moon and beyond. It is the best business model for the typical person that wants to be an entrepreneur and that wants to do it outside of the sort of system. That's an online business where you could do it from anywhere in the world, where you could travel the world, where you could have a great lifestyle, where you could supply for your family, where you could be a sovereign individual, where you could be free, have location, time, financial freedom, all that good stuff that you hear in the videos. This is the best model for that. SMA is by far the best model for people that want to do that. And I've discerned that a long time ago. People that do SMA take it completely seriously. There's certain people that, they are at their desk 10 hours a day, running their agency, scaling it, thinking about it. Like, they're consciously working on their agency. That's their profession. That's their thing. And I love that, because you could do that with an agency. You could do that with anything. You could do that with an agency that runs ads for, car detailing places, for martial arts gyms, for med spas, for gyms, for physical therapy. I don't know, you could do anything. The business model that you could do from your laptop, the idea of having that sort of lifestyle. SMA is for people that want that lifestyle but still love entrepreneurship and are willing to devote their lives to it. So if you want to live that lifestyle where you could go anywhere you want, where you could travel the world, where you could be on your own, and you could kind of, behind a curtain, not really in the public domain, but you're still, you're rich and you have a lot of money and you're good, your family's all set and you're all set, and you secured your future and you're even your future generations, and you have wealth secured, and you're living that life. People that want that, which is pretty much everybody, but then also people that want to become entrepreneurs, right? And genuinely want to become entrepreneurs, where they are the center and they are the owner and they are the rainmaker. When you want both of those things, then I can't think of a better model. I just cannot think of a better model online for, again, the typical person that wants those things. Now, I say typical, and I put emphasis on typical, because if you're like me, you want a little bit more. And I want to run my agency to the moon and beyond. But the reason I have a coaching / course / product / mentor business as well is because that's my favorite model. What I'll say to end this off, though, with just throwing you my sort of views on this model, is if you're going to pursue SMMA and take it completely seriously, you're going to have to understand that it will be far harder. SMMA will be far harder than affiliate marketing, or than Amazon FBA, than dropshipping, all those other models, whatever, the ones that are sort of the average models that you've probably heard. All those other business models that you've seen, SMMA is the hardest. So, but it also pays the best. So understand this. Those ones you could pursue if you just want to really just get your hands on some money, right? Whereas SMA, it's like you're not going to run a really successful agency until you've worked with tons of clients and failed and gotten back up and continued working, because like, I've had so many times where I've just screwed up, and that's the point. You need to, and if you haven't screwed up, then you should be looking forward to a rude awakening where you're gonna have to go through it. And I say looking forward not to be sarcastic, like, you're gonna want to fail, so because when you fail, you just get better at what you do. It's as simple as that. More problems come up, you make more solutions, and you're now better because you have solutions to problems that will come up again. So it's like you just get better at what you do. The point is, an agency will give you a hard time, but if you actually love it, and if you love the module of helping people make money and getting kind of like a percentage of the money that you help them make, and if you like the idea of being able to help small businesses around the world grow and scale and bring them in clients by just using social media platforms, you could kind of liken it to like helping your parents like download an app when they're like, how do I do this? Like, you were talking about like untech savvy individuals, people that have no idea how to use technology, people that are not tech savvy whatsoever. We're talking about those types of people, okay? We're helping those types of people make money. So yeah, today's video is a bit different. It was me just talking in front of the camera. If you did make it this far, then you are a G. I respect you. And I'll tell you this as well. Discord, join. Obviously, if you're someone that's like new and you're just watching this kid talk, then that's great. Join the Discord community down below in the description. I promise you that it will have some sort of everlasting impact and change in your life as long as you like actually interact with people and you work and you continue to sort of grow and let us know, and we're here to help. I could use all the knowledge that I've procured from my agency and help you run yours. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Also, yeah, subscribe and like if you enjoyed, whatever. Just do all that stuff, all those buttons that you could click, just click them all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for the support. The thing that I want you to take from this video when it comes to this channel specifically is that the content is going to broaden out. You should look forward to a lot of great videos coming soon. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone, and goodbye.